I'm speaking to you today as someone who has both the privilege and hardship of seeing the current climate of education from several perspectives. I am the parent of a 9-year-old girl and 7 and 4-year-old boys. I am also a reading teacher. I often feel a sense of conflict between these two titles, parent and teacher. I know what is best for my own children, but at work it's a little bit different. I have to do what I have to do. The problem is my students are my children. They are dear to my heart, and I would do anything to protect them. So, though there are voices that tell me that I shouldn't put myself in the spotlight and attract unwanted attention, I feel I cannot sit quietly about the things I see happening. Sorry. First of all, I want to speak about, I'm going to go off of this because I think this is making me a little bit more shaky. My daughter is in 4th grade. Last year, during the administration of the ELA exam, she got confused by the instructions, which were very repetitive. I know because I administered the test, and they went on and on and on. She got confused when her teacher said we would be doing 2 parts today and 1 part tomorrow, and she understood that to be 2 stories today and the rest tomorrow, so she left more than half of the multiple choice section blank. As a result, she scored a 269, which is a 1, and she's been placed in AIS. I have no problem with her being in AIS. I actually teach AIS, and I think it's beneficial for her. She is in need of some help with fluency and comprehension. However, her score is invalid. I also would like to speak as a perspective as a colleague. I am in an urban district, and I listen to my colleagues. I'm, of course, a reading teacher, so I'm not a classroom teacher. I listen to them talk about their hours of preparation at night. They have to read and digest and then prepare lessons for hundreds of pages of scripted lessons. Their classrooms have a shadow that is cast by college and career-ready expectations. I see my colleagues struggle to reach all 32 students in their classrooms, students that are as unique as can be. Students from different countries who are asked to take these tests 1 year after arriving in America, Students who have been given modifications only to have them yanked out from under them during testing. Students who don't have breakfast or lunch if they don't come to school. Yet my colleagues are there every day, doing their best, staying as positive as they can in a desperate situation. Teachers who are highly effective, no matter what their heady score says, who are being demoralized by tip plans that are telling them they are not good enough. I see my colleagues trying to prepare their students for success on a test that they never get to see, or barely get to see, never before it is administered. They see it during or after, but not with any time to actually use it to guide future instruction. I've had conversations where my colleagues and I shake our heads at the types of questions being asked on a 3rd grade assessment, questions that we struggle with even with our graduate degrees. I see the struggle that goes on between doing what is necessary for success in the profession and doing what is right. The problem is teachers cannot do what they do best because they fear the almighty tip, and because of that, the state is making our highly effective teachers less so. The last part is really going to give me trouble, so I apologize. I want to just give you one final image. It's something that I will be haunted by for the rest of my life. It's a classroom, 6 students spread out, 1 to a table. It's a testing situation for students with IEPs. One of the only allowable modifications is their test is administered in small groups. During the first half, the teacher reads the verbose repetitive directions and then instructs them to begin. During the first half hour or so, they all sit hunched over their desks, intense concentration on their faces. As time wears on, they begin showing signs of agitation and frustration, fiddling, squirming, looking repeatedly at the clock. The teacher advises them to focus, stay on task, sit still. One of the students seems to be doing something other than writing. Going to investigate, the teacher realizes that the boy is repeatedly stabbing himself in the arm with his pencil. Sorry. As she puts her hand on his shoulder, he looks up at her, his eyes full of tears. In this moment, the teacher's ashamed. I'm sorry. I don't know.
You're doing fine. You're doing fine. Just keep going.
I'm an emotional person. I'm sorry.
Just keep going.
Anyway, I'm going to go off the cuff again because what's really important here is that what I needed to do was to take the pencil out of his hand and tell him this is not important. You do the best you can, and it's not going to matter. And I felt like in that moment, I became a teacher again, instead of just an administrator of a test. My special interests are my children, both the ones I'm raising and the ones entrusted to me during the school day. The high-stakes testing and poorly implemented Common Core standards need to go. We need to give our schools back to our parents, teachers, and most of all, our children. Thank you so much for hearing our concerns and for being part of this change. I was at Whitesboro, and this is so much different. I feel like you're actually listening. It's really important. And while I had this prepared beforehand, but as I listen, I really must implore you to support the lawsuit against the small schools funding, because this is huge. This is part of our class war that's going on. We are just simply making the gap larger between our students that are living in poverty and those students that actually have resources and things that can help them. Thanks.
Thank you. You brought this to life for everybody.
I'm sorry.
You brought this to life for everybody.
Do you
Made it a
teach
real
in
world.
Utica?
Yes.
I do, okay. Thank you. No, beautifully done. Thank you.